Welcome to SR Edutainment. Now, you might be thinking, another day, another news cycle. What could they possibly tell me that I haven't already doom-scrolled past on my phone? And you know what? You're not wrong to be skeptical. But that's what we're here for. We're cutting through the noise, separating the signal from the static, and yes, maybe even having a little fun along the way. So, buckle up, because we're about to break down the top 10 current affairs of February 1st, 2025. Alright folks, let's start with some news that's closer to home for all my Indian viewers. The Finance Minister was in Parliament today, presenting the Union Budget for 2025 to 2026. Basically, it's like India's yearly financial report card. And let me tell you, there's a lot riding on it. The big focus? Infrastructure, green energy, the digital economy, and of course everyone's favorite employment generation. Now, whenever you talk about budgets, you know taxes are going to come up. And this year is no different. Word on the street is there might be some changes to the income tax slabs. Will it be more money in your pocket, or will the government be asking for a slightly larger piece of the pie? We'll have to wait and see. On the brighter side, the government is planning to put more money towards social schemes, especially for healthcare, education, and rural development. Look, I'm no economist, but it sounds like they're trying to find that sweet spot between boosting economic growth and making sure everyone benefits. It's a delicate balancing act, kind of like trying to walk a tightrope while juggling chainsaws, while riding a unicycle. We'll see how they manage. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we've got some major bragging rights to celebrate. India just kicked some serious economic butt and climbed its way to becoming the world's third largest economy. That's right, we're talking surpassing Germany and Japan. The IMF is out here saying India's economy is now valued at a whopping $5.2 trillion. That's a whole lot of zeros, my friends. So how did this happen? Well, picture this. A booming IT sector, foreign investors lining up to get a piece of the action, and strong domestic demand. Basically, India's economy is like that friend we all have who walks into a room and everyone just gravitates towards them. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Even with this incredible growth, India's still got some challenges to tackle. We're talking inflation, unemployment, and income inequality. It's like trying to bake the perfect cake. Sure, you nailed the flavor and the texture, but now you gotta work on the presentation. Still, there's no denying it. India's on the move and the world is definitely taking notice. You know what's cooler than sending a rover to the moon? Sending a rover to the moon to mine for space fuel. And that's exactly what India's space agency ISRO is up to with their Chandrayaan-4 mission. This isn't just about planting a flag and saying, "We were here." Chandrayaan-4 is all about helium-3. Now, unless you're a nuclear physicist, this might sound like something out of Star Trek, but trust me, it's a big deal. Helium-3 is like the Beyoncé of future energy sources. Rare, powerful, and everyone wants a piece of it. If India can figure out how to extract this stuff from the moon, it could be a game changer. We're talking about potentially becoming a leader in space resource utilization. Of course, it's not like India is the only one eyeing the lunar prize. The US, China, and Russia are all like, hold my space spear, we want in on this action too. It's a cosmic race to see who can unlock the moon's secrets. And honestly, I've never been more excited about space exploration. Unfortunately, things are heating up again between Israel and Palestine, with fresh clashes sparking concerns around the world. The UN is basically waving its arms in the air, yelling, "Can't we all just get along?" and urging both sides to come to the negotiating table. We're talking conflict zones in the West Bank, Gaza, and Jerusalem, places that have, sadly, become synonymous with tension and violence. It's a complicated situation, one that's been simmering for decades, and frankly, there are no easy answers. India, as a country that knows a thing or two about navigating complex geopolitics, has always been a strong advocate for peace in the region. We're talking about a two-state solution, where both Israelis and Palestinians can coexist peacefully. It sounds simple enough, right? But as we've seen time and time again, the path to peace is rarely a straight line. The international community, from the US to the European Union, is watching closely and urging de-escalation. Let's hope cooler heads prevail, because as we all know, when these conflicts flare up, it's not just a regional issue. It impacts the entire world. Specifically, The US Federal Reserve, aka the big kahuna of American interest rates, has decided to keep things as they are. That means interest rates are staying put at 5.25%. Now you might be thinking, Trevor, this is an Indian news update. Why are we talking about the US? Well, my friend, in our increasingly interconnected world, what happens in the US economy doesn't stay in the US economy. It's like that old saying, when America sneezes, the world catches a cold. Or maybe a mild cough in this case. This decision by the Fed could have a ripple effect on investments flowing into India and even impact the value of the Indian rupee. And let's not forget about the stock market, which is probably reacting to this news like a hyperactive squirrel on a caffeine high. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. Some experts are predicting that the Fed might cut rates later in 2025. So, there's a glimmer of hope in this economic roller coaster ride. Okay, enough about economies and politics. Let's talk about something truly important: cricket. The ICC just dropped the groups for the T20 World Cup 2025. And let me tell you, it's gonna be lit. We're talking about India, Pakistan, and Australia all in the same group. That's right, folks. Get ready for some epic showdowns. I can already picture the memes, the nail-biting finishes, and the commentators losing their minds. England might be the defending champions from 2022, but India's coming in hot, hungry to reclaim that trophy after 18 long years. So mark your calendars, stock up on snacks, and get ready to bleed blue. This is gonna be one for the history books. They just unveiled a new solid-state battery that's claiming an insane 800-kilometer range on a single charge. That's like driving from Mumbai to Goa without breaking a sweat or needing a recharge. This isn't just about bragging rights, though. This new battery technology could be a game-changer for the entire EV industry. We're talking faster charging times, longer ranges, and basically eliminating range anxiety altogether. But of course, Tesla's not the only one with their eyes on the electric prize. Toyota, BYD, and even our very own Tata Motors are all developing their own versions of this technology. And speaking of India, the government's FAME 2 scheme is giving a major boost to electric mobility. So, buckle up, because the future of transportation is electric, and it's coming soon to a road near you. Well, folks, just when we thought it was safe to put away the masks and hand sanitizer for good, the WHO goes and throws us a curveball. They've identified a new COVID-19 variant, and you guessed it, it's not great news. This new strain, creatively named the Pi variant, because why not, is causing concern because it's apparently highly transmissible. And to make matters worse, there are whispers that it might be resistant to our current vaccines. The WHO is basically saying, don't panic, but maybe dust off those masks and consider getting a booster shot. Meanwhile, governments around the world, including India, are scrambling to review their public health measures. Look, I know we're all tired of hearing about COVID, but the reality is, this virus is a bit like that annoying houseguest who just won't take the hint. We've just got to stay vigilant, folks. Apple, the tech giant that needs no introduction, just unveiled their latest and greatest, the iPhone 16. And as usual, they're not messing around. This isn't just your average incremental upgrade. We're talking next-level stuff here, people. Think AI-powered Siri that can practically read your mind, and a holographic display that'll make you question what's real and what's not. Imagine this. You're video calling your friend, and suddenly their 3D hologram pops up right in front of you. Or Siri's composing your emails, booking your appointments, and maybe even writing your stand-up routine. Of course, all this futuristic tech comes at a price. We're hearing rumors that the iPhone 16 could set you back a cool 1,20,000 rupees. But hey, who needs food and shelter when you can have a phone that can practically predict the future? Retail inflation in India has decided to take a chill pill, dropping down to 4.8%. That's right, things are actually getting cheaper, for now at least. This means lower prices on everyday essentials, more manageable EMIs, and maybe, just maybe, a little extra cash in your pocket for, a celebratory samosa? The reason for this economic reprieve? Well, it seems like food and fuel prices have finally decided to play nice. But hold your horses before you break out the champagne. The experts are saying that the future of inflation depends a lot on what happens with crude oil prices. So basically, we're at the mercy of the global oil market. Fun times. And that, my friends, is a wrap on the top 10 current affairs of February 1st, 2025. From India's economic rise to the race to mine the moon, from new COVID variants to the latest iPhone that'll make your head spin, it's been a wild ride through the news cycle. Remember, it's easy to get bogged down by the doom and gloom, but there's always hope. There's always progress. And hey, there's always cricket to look forward to. Thanks for tuning into SR Edutainment, where we break down the news without putting you to sleep. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and most importantly, stay awesome.